If you want your clients to constantly rave about how amazing your nail retention game is, then you need to watch this video, because guys, one thing that clients love is when your nails last them extremely long. So if you want to know how exactly I make sure my clients' nails last them as long as possible, then keep on watching this video. Come back at 6, wake me and your child, and then won't lay today, make me wonder who you might have been playing with, makes me wonder who you think. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new to my channel, you're very welcome. So today my client came in for an infill, and I'm going to go ahead and show you guys exactly how I do that today. First things first, I'm gonna push her cuticles back. Guys, it looks like I'm literally attacking her hands, but I'm really not. But I had to speed up this video because it was very long. The next thing I did is I used my cuticle bit. This is a metal cuticle bit that I ordered a long time ago, guys. I'm not 100% sure where I got this from, but I've been in the nail game for so long, so I really don't remember where I get a lot of my items. But I'm just using this to clean her cuticle area, just to make sure that I'm further pushing the cuticle up. After using the cuticle bit for one side of the nail, I make sure to flip my drill and drill the other side of the nail. This is going to be less invasive on the natural nail, so make sure you guys don't skip this step. After doing that, I'm going to grab a brand new sanding band and my sand band drill bit, and I'm going to switch my old one for a brand new one. I always do this for a new client, so do not skip this step. And I'm going to make sure my drill is on very low. So I normally go between 2 and 3, mainly 3, generally mainly 3. So I always use 3. I feel like a lot of nail techs lately have been saying they don't prefer to use sanding bands on the natural nail, but I personally think it's totally fine. If you know exactly what you're doing, you're taking one stroke at a time, do not go back and forth too much, and you'll be fine. All we're doing is creating a rough surface and also blending that acrylic that was already placed there. So the infill area, we're blending that with the natural nail so we do not have any gaps. So the next thing we're going to do is cut my client's cuticles. I know this step can be a little bit intimidating for some people, but I highly recommend it when it comes to having the nails last a lot longer. So when you cut the cuticles, you're creating more space, right? And this space is going to make your nails look even more fresh and last longer, because you have created space that's not meant to be there. So I really don't like to skip this step unless the clients request it. I do have one client that says she does not ever want her cuticle cuts, and that's okay, because she comes to me every 2 to 3 weeks, so she doesn't mind, but she prefers not to have her cuticles cut. But this step can also help the nails last longer. Now here is the game changer for me. These 3 products that I'm about to recommend to you guys is the one thing that has kept my nails lasting longer. Actually, there's another product that I'm going to tell you about later on in the video, but the prep when it comes to dehydrator, primer, and bond, these 3 products are my top. So the first one is the Nail Nails dehydrator, and I also use the Nail Nails Ultra Bond acid primer. I know some people don't prefer using acid primer, but I get the best results with an acid primer. And then the third thing is the Young Nails primer bond. So I pair these up
all the time. Like, and guys, this has changed the game for me. So make sure you go pick one of those up, at least like the nail nails ones. Those really work, so try them out. So as you guys can see, I have already gone ahead and started laying my acrylic powder. This is one of the other steps that I wanted to tell you about. So the monomer that you use also plays a huge role on when it comes to your retention. Like, I have come to that conclusion today, and I did my experiments over and over again, and I got the same results. Every time that I use the nail extra adhesion monomer, I have gotten the best results. I have never had no lifting. My infill game literally changed. Like, I didn't have to do too much work to remove any lifting. That was one of my favorite things. And truly, when they say extra adhesion, they mean extra adhesion. And you ask, Dorinda, have you tried other monomers? Have you tried? Yes, I actually have. I've tried the ones from the nail shops. I've tried glitter bells. I've tried multiple different monomers, but none has actually compared to the nails extra adhesion monomer. That was hands down my favorite monomer. Besides the fact that the retention game is amazing when it comes to this monomer, I do also have to mention that it's not fast drying. So if you're a beginner, you don't have to be intimidated by this monomer. It's still gonna give you time to work. So if this is something you're interested in, go check it out. They do have a fast drying monomer, I believe. So if you check their website, they have different type of monomer for things that is a priority to you. I work from home, so I don't need a fast drying monomer. I need something that's going to keep my clients coming back. So that's why I went for retention being my priority. So that's my own personal situation. So check out nails. Like, I've always been following them for such a long time, and I respect their work. I respect their products. I've never had any issue with them. So just check them out, guys. Random side note, but guys, can you see how nicely this blend is between the natural nail and the infill? Honey, when I tell you, I don't play when it comes to my infill. And like I said, these products that I used were the reason why my infill looks so perfectly and like smooth, because I didn't have to do too much filing. I didn't have to take off a lot of lifting, barely any lifting at all. So these products are going to change the game for you. I was really desperate when I came to these products. I was having issues left, right, and center. Like literally a couple of days after my clients got home, they literally said to me, oh, Dorinda, my nails are doing this, my nails are doing that. And I was like, girl, I've been in this industry for so long. How am I still having nails popping up? So guys, no matter how old you are in the industry, you can always get better. And when it comes to quality products, please do invest in better products. Like, it will change the game for you. So now we're gonna go ahead and shape the nail. I've done most of the shaping prior. I'm just kind of just like going over it. And make sure you file underneath the nail, because when you're doing an infill, the nail has kind of like grown down, right? So you'll see me go with my file underneath the nail quite often, just to make sure that I don't have that curve. Even if I use straight tips, naturally the nails are going to start curving on their own, so you have to rebalance that. So just do your shaping, and then I'm going to show you the tools that I use for filing. So before I start filing, I make sure I clean the nails off of any dust. I find that monomer can be very sticky, so any dust that you did from the shaping is going to just be everywhere. So you want a clean surface, so when you're filing, you can see exactly what you're doing. So always get rid of the dust, okay? So during my filing process, I actually use two different fine drill bits, okay? So I use a fine one, which is just a number one basic fine drill bit. You can either use a carbide drill bit or you can use a metal one, as long as the grit is fine. And then I later go in towards the cuticle area with an extra fine. Okay, I went from fine to extra fine. So guys, this is all I do. And when I file, I always focus on the side of the nail. Okay, I like that natural arch, and most importantly, I don't want my tip to be flat, because guys, I hate when you break the tip of the nail, especially with stiletto. You have to build an apex from cuticle area to the tip. Filing is also very important when it comes to your retention, because you want to make sure that when you are filing the cuticle area, you're not over filing. This is exactly why I made sure I got rid of all the dust, so I can see exactly how much I'm filing. Some people use a stronger grit to file, but I personally don't feel like I need to, because I lay my acrylic really well, that I don't have to do too much filing. This is something that I had to learn the hard way, because I used to be one of those people that insist on having like a really smooth cuticle area, like to a point where like you can barely see if there's acrylic on there. I wanted it to be super thin, so it looks like it's growing out of my nail. But there is a downside to that. You can actually end up over filing. No matter how much top coat you put on there, it's going to lift. So over filing can definitely cause lifting, so be mindful of that. So now I'm going to go ahead and use my extra fine drill bit to go over my cuticle area. This is the best decision I had ever made. Like, investing in this was the best thing ever. I believe I bought this from a particular website. If I can find it, I'm gonna link it down below. But this is the best. Like, it's not a carbide, or it's metal. It's so perfect. Like, if you can feel the drill itself, like the drill bit, if you can feel it, you can barely tell that there's any grit there, but it's there and it's sharp and it's very, very good. So I recommend getting an extra fine drill bit. It will change the game for you when it comes to retention, your cuticle area, and just the natural look of the nail. Okay, so the hardest part is over. We have prepared the nails perfectly for any design that you want to create, but make sure you buff this and ask your client to go and wash their hands. Do not use soap. When you are using soap, you're literally asking for trouble. So just tell them to just rinse it, and just to get rid of any dust that is left on the natural nail. But buff this really well. You want your buffing game to be on point. This is a game changer for me as well in terms of like look of the nail. So now that we have finished doing all the hard work, it's time to have some fun. Okay, we're gonna start creating our design. My client requested something for her birthday shoot, so she has a birthday shoot coming up. She showed me the color of the dress, and we decided to go for a black, white, metallic look, but still kind of keep it girly, keep it fresh. So she's a French girly. She loves French nails. So no matter what design I'm doing, I always try to incorporate French in there for her. So the first nail is going to be a black French. Same thing with the thumb. So on this ring finger, we're going to be doing a white French nail. Okay, so just do your French as you would normally do. Guys, I'm still not over how nice the foundation of this nail came out. It literally looks like a fresh set. It doesn't look like an infill. So this is what you're gonna get if you carry on watching my videos. If you want me to do more videos, just subscribe, support me, like this video, because that's gonna help with engagement so other people can see as well. Other people can come and learn. I've got so much to show you guys. I spent years in this industry, and I feel like I'm finally ready to share all my tips. Like I'm not one of those people that gatekeep. Like, I really am not. So now we're back on that pinky finger. We're going to be using a white gel polish to create like almost like a zebra print, but I wasn't really sure that was outcome because it's looking more like a tattooy type of vibe, but I'm just creating like really nice stripes just to, you know, create some contrast on that black French. I'm gonna carry on this exact design on the other Frenchies that I did, but I'm gonna be using a different color. So on the white French, I'm gonna go ahead and use like a metallic color. You can barely see in the camera, but it's actually silver metallic. I got this one from Manicure, so I'm going to link that down below. I'm going to do the exact same thing on the thumb as well. Use that same metallic color. You can see it more on the black here, but I'm going to link everything that I mentioned in this video down below. If I missed anything, please don't be afraid to leave a comment. I will make sure to check all my comments and to, you know, send it to you guys. So just make sure you leave a comment if there's anything that you're curious about, if you're confused, how did I do this, how did I do that, just let me know. I'm an open book. I will tell you everything. I'll tell you my innermost secrets. So after doing everything, I made sure to cure this for 60 seconds, and then I'm going to take a black liner, just a smaller brush, not as long as the other one, because I want this to be really precise. So I'm going to use that to create a smile on top of my smile line, like on top of my Frenchie. So just do that and you will be fine. So now we're going to go ahead and paint this design. So this one is going to be a chrome nail. So I'm going to use a black gel polish to cover the entire nail because black shows up the best when it comes to chrome. So I use that as a base color, and I'm going to go ahead and use a top coat. So a lot of people have said that they don't like working with chrome because sometimes it doesn't cover all areas, or sometimes, you know, it starts chipping. So I'm going to give you guys the best tips that I can offer when it comes to chrome. First things first, when it comes to covering all areas, when you're doing your top coat it all sides, like make sure each inch and nitty and gritty is covered, okay? And when you cure it for at least 30 seconds to 45 seconds. Any longer than that, it's not gonna stick. You still want your chrome, your no wipe top chrome, to have some type of stick, but not too sticky, okay? So you don't cure it for 60 seconds. I like to do it for at least 30 to 40 seconds. And when you cure, as soon as you get out of the lamp, you apply your chrome. Do not think you can chrome 5 fingers and they will all come out perfectly. You have to do chrome 1 finger at a time. And as you guys can see, the top of my chrome, like the cuticle area, is not covering the chrome, and that was because when I applied my top coat, I didn't take my top coat all the way to the cuticle properly. So now you can see like a little black line, and that's fine. It's totally fixable. All you have to just do, apply more top coat which is great. Apply more top coat and do that process again. Now, when it comes to chipping, the reason why chrome easily chips is because you basically put a top coat and then you chromed it and then you put another top coat, and top coat is like a gloss situation, right? Top coat is like glass, so it's got no grit, it's got no stick, it's not going to stick to anything, so it's easily gonna peel off. So what I like to do before I even apply my black base, I apply a base coat, and then I apply my base, and then I apply my top coat, and then I do my chrome, and then I use a base coat on top of the chrome before I use a no wipe top coat. So the base coat is going to create a sticky situation so that I can use the top coat on top of it. So that is what I do, and I've noticed that that helps a lot when it comes to chroming. So after top coating, I'm gonna go ahead and add some like dots. So this is a mixture of my gel glue and some top coat, only because I don't want to go in and wipe it again. I don't want to have to use a top coat on top of that again. So I mixed it with a little bit of top coat and I created this like raindrop type effect. Okay, so moving on to the next finger, we're going to be using some builder gel, but this is going to be the solid one. This is also known as a molding gel. So I'm going to use that and I'm going to create like a string, and I'm going to place that string on top of the nail and just kind of like create like any shape that you want personally. So just create any shape that you want. I low-key struggled today because it was really warm. Like I had to put the heating on in the room because it was just too cold. Like it's so cold outside, but eventually I figured it out. So I placed it on the finger and made sure it was sitting on the nail, and then I cured that, and then I mixed my black gel polish with some top coat, and then I went over that with the black gel polish. So as you can see, I'm just going over it, and I also use the liner brush to make sure the line is well saturated and covered, because I didn't want to get any polish on the base of the nail. The reason why I avoid this like a plague is because if I was to go in there and try to wipe it, I feel like acetone will stick. Like the chrome is going to stick to the acetone. So I tried to use a liner brush for this process. So now just chrome your nails as usual and you are perfect and good to go. Last but not the least, we're going to be applying our cutesy bow. Okay, I love this bow. I don't know why. I don't like the ones that flare out because they get caught on everything. So I decided to go for this particular bow for my client and she loved it. And we used a manicure gel glue. I could swear by this gel glue, guys. It's really like up there when it comes to like my favorite products. And I also used the same gel glue with a liner brush to seal this on all edges so we don't have any snagging of any kind. After that, we're just gonna go ahead and top coat the whole entire nail. This particular finger I'm doing right now is the chromed one, so I made sure to put a base coat before putting a top coat on that finger. So don't forget, any chrome that you do, always apply a base coat before using a top coat. That is so important. So after top coating everything, you are done. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I try my best to give you guys as many tips as I possibly can. And like I said before, if you have any questions, please feel free to ask me in the comment section or connect with me on social media. I am Trixie Beauty on every social media platform. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I hope to see you guys in my next one. Bye.